all the neshamas that went up to Shemayim. That as we're finishing Bereshis, Amen. Bereshis is not the beginning of the end. This is not, we're about to finish. This is the end of the beginning. Also, death is not, as a person starts going, this is the beginning of the end. It's just the end of the beginning. We will dance again. There's going to be, it's called Hemsheichiyus. That's Rav Kook. Rav Kook famously spoke about death. And he said words, I'll tell you, my friends, that they changed my life. These words completely were a game changer to me. When Rav Kook described death, he said that death, I'll say the Hebrew words, death is his gabrus hachayim, strengthening of life. Death is really a strengthening of life. Because we understand that there's a world beyond this world. And in many ways, our spiritual essence is muted in this world. And we're more occupied by the world of the five senses, since Adam ate from the Eitz Hadas. And the world has been spinning out of control ever since. But at the moment of death, and we should all live 120 years, B'siyata D'Shmaya. But at the moment of death, there's really a realization that the five senses are not me. And that's a very powerful thing. Is that I seem to take my five senses very seriously as we're dipping our sufgans into a smoothie, which is a good move, I'll tell you the truth. I'm with you on that. And to elevate all the sparks. But we seem in this world to get very caught up in the five senses. And death, at the moment of death, is an instant reminder, and we should hopefully know this before. Oh, thank you. And that's also why we make brachas on food, is that it reminds you when you're about to go into the world of the five senses, not to lose sight and think that I am the five senses. So at the moment of death, there's an immediate realization that we are not the five senses, and there's an immediate awakening of a person realizing that he's the soul, that we're the soul. And so therefore, I understand 15 people were murdered, which is also the numerical value of Kov, God's name, being Mekadesh Shem Shemayim. That every one of those Kedoshim know at this moment that they're the soul, and they died because they were killed because they were Jewish. And at that moment, there's an instant realization of the essence of the soul. And those Kedoshim go to a mechitza, they go up into a place in Shemayim that others are not allowed to go into that place for simply dying, being killed for being Jews. So le'ilu nishmasam. And as we're seeing the world spinning out of control, all of this was really a preparation to get to Noach, and really a preparation to get to Avram, to get to Abraham. Because Abraham, the first Jew, Avram Ivri, is going to bring the world back onto course. And the whole world is believing in a philosophy of death, a philosophy of paganism, which is really a philosophy of the five senses. It's just whatever I can make contact with to give me what I want.
How was that possible? They were like, we were talking about people that like Adam's still alive. Like they know Adam, they should know Adam, they know that Adam, like how come they were so close to God, how can they not?
It looks like Adam was struggling with Kiruv. It's hard to say that, but it looks like Adam was struggling with Kiruv. Noach also did. And it's not me being critical, the Chazal are critical. Of course, Noach is a tzaddik. But it was the lack of belief that human beings can change their ways. If you're a sinner, you're a sinner. And that's what it is. If you went to the nightclub last night, no, you go again tonight. That's how they get you. They give you the cards, That's how they get you in the coffee shops, the punch cards. If you came here yesterday, you're going to come here tomorrow. You went to Shalvata yesterday, you're going to go again tomorrow. How do you break the cycle? So you know who believes in that? Avram Avinu believes in that. That Avram Avinu believes you could stop the cycle. You'd stop this death cycle. And therefore it's all to get to Avram. That's what the Torah is pointing out. It's so amazing. The whole Torah, there's 2 parshias of the world spinning out of control, and then 51 parshas dedicated to Avram and his family. You can't help but open up a Torah and see that 51 parshas. What's the math on that one? 97% of the entire Torah, the Bible, is dedicated to Avram steering the world back onto its destiny. And that's the mission that the Jewish people were charged with, of steering the world towards goodness, towards light, towards blessing. That's the Pirsumei Nisa now more than ever on Hanukkah, of sharing with the world. Sharing with the world what we really represent. Goodness, light, blessing. Just open the Torah and see.
When people say Israel has the idea has bad PR, that's what everyone loves saying, and that's why everyone hates us. I always struggle with that because I don't think if you most of these people who are saying looking at this stuff, you could put facts right in their face, and they're not actually interested in the facts. They just don't like Jews. So how? I get. Okay,
I think we need to do a better job in letting the world know what Jews are all about.
I don't think they care. I think they just. I feel that they just hate Jews. You could show them blue is white. You could show them blue is blue, and they'll tell you it's yellow.
Will there be haters? There's always going to be haters. But the Torah says, if you show the world what it means to really be a Jew, the haters will stop being haters.
What about the Jews that are haters?
I don't think they were ever introduced to really what it means to meet someone like the Rosh Hashiva, to meet someone of peace, to meet someone of goodness. How many really saw what it means to light Hanukkah candles and spin the dreidel with your kids for real, not on your phone and not on this. And just be able to sit together in a family environment and share and have some of the Rebbitzins latkes. That's enough to do some major kiruv right there. I'm not playing. You know how much kiruv happened to me last night with those latkes? Just to sit and to share and to be together and to speak beautifully about other people. What did we do last night? We just said all the wonderful things about everybody in the room. You know how meaningful that is? I usually find that it's a difficult thing. Look around, see, when 2 people are having a conversation, do they start with, you know what, let me just say something that I admire about you, and then I could talk about something we disagree upon. Is that usually the way things look? If we start with what we share and our common destiny. The rabbis had a famous story. We mentioned this, and I think it's very kedai to continue to mention this, is that the rabbis were walking along and they saw a dead carcass on the floor. So one of the rabbis said, "Oh, kama misrachas nevelazu. Look how, this thing stinks. It's a dead carcass. It's ugh. It smells." And the other rabbi said, "Yeah, but kama lavana shinea. Look how white its teeth are. It's got some white teeth on there." Went to Dr. Suss, Teaneck, New Jersey, the best dentist in America. Dr. Suss is the dentist. So you think the other rabbi didn't notice that it was this carcass that was smelling? He didn't have like olfactory glands. He did, but why do I need to focus on that? Why can't we focus on the good first? I'm not being naive to what's going on. I'm just choosing what I should focus on as a starting point. And really, and the Rosh Yeshiva loves speaking about this, that the Isser of Lashon Hara, what do you guys think the Isser of evil speech is?
Evil.
What would you guys say? What is the Isser? What is it? What's the prohibition? What's the problem with evil speech?
That speech is separates us from animals. It says that when God breathed life into us, he breathed us into the gift of speaking being. That's one of the only things. It's like a prohibition that involves like the mind, whereas like reading Torah is like the antithesis of it, right? Because it's one of the only things we're paying attention to, just purely selfless class.
Okay, so what is the problem of Lashon Hara? I think we would ask many people, what's the